As we head into this weird early debate this week, supporters of this business genius have created an impression that Trump's got an advantage heading into the debate at this point in the campaign because his business record, right? He's so appealing to all the other rich business guys who so appreciate how smart you need to be to book a guy with vampire teeth for your cage match business. They are trying to create an impression that there is support for Trump in the business world because there's, economic and business reasons to support someone who himself is so good at business. In reality, the actual stakes in this election, the comparative record of these two candidates on the economy and business, it doesn't favor the failed promoter of the affliction mixed martial arts league, which promoted exactly 2 bouts before it folded. And the man whose surviving company was convicted on multiple felony fraud counts and was named in his own felony criminal trial for falsification of business records. And by the way, his CFO is currently doing his 2nd stint in prison. Weirdly, his business record, his business environment record, his job creation record, his economic and fiscal record on the facts doesn't support the idea that he should be winning support from people who prioritize those things. Despite the massive spin generated by all these high-profile ideological Trumpy billionaires, we're starting now, finally, as of today, I think, to see a corrective in that narrative about what's really happening. This is the front page of the New York Times tonight. Quote, CEOs are frustrated. That doesn't mean they embrace Trump. Quote, a number of prominent figures in Silicon Valley and on Wall Street have grown increasingly vocal in their criticism of Mr. Biden, their praise of former President Donald J. Trump, or both. Still, that shift mostly reflects movement among executives who already supported Republican politicians. Quote, there is little evidence of a major shift in allegiance among executives away from Biden and toward Trump. It's on the front page. This is on the op-ed page today. Quote, recent headlines suggest that our nation's business leaders are embracing the presidential candidate, Donald Trump. His campaign would have you believe that our nation's top chief executives are returning to support Trump for president, touting declarations of support from some prominent financiers. It is far from the truth, though. They didn't flock to him before, and they certainly aren't flocking to him now. Quote, Trump continues to suffer from the lowest level of corporate support in the history of the Republican Party. Quote, not a single Fortune 100 chief executive has donated to Trump so far this year, which indicates a major break from the overwhelming business and executive support for Republican presidential candidates that dates back over a century. Trump received a, quote, frigid reception when he spoke to the Business Roundtable this month with no noticeable applause at any point during his, quote, remarkably meandering remarks, according to CNBC's Andrew Ross Sorkin, and with Trump assuming a subdued, if not hostile, posture. Chief executives are not protectionist, isolationist, or xenophobic, and they believe in investing where there is the rule of law, not the law of rulers. Whether or not business support is going to make the difference for either one of these candidates in November, heading into this debate this week, there has been a concerted effort to create a perception, a false perception, that Trump has the whole business world lining up behind him. And that's because his time in office compared favorably with President Biden, which is not true on fiscal issues. It is not true on the overall business climate. It is not true on jobs. And it is not true in terms of business leaders lining up behind these two candidates. But that kind of false perception itself has political consequences. And heading into this debate and all the attention it's going to get about the relative strengths of these two candidates and what they have to offer, more than ever, it is worth getting these things right.